to the Gopherwatch League. Today we have our second to last qualifier of our Rumble in the Jungle qualifiers. And it's going to be the Oceania Otters up against the London Lumberjackslams. I'll be replayed by Caster Booney, and joining me today is the illustrious Corey. Corey, we've got ourselves quite the match ahead of us here. A 2-0 squad in Lumberjacks going up against the Oceania Otters, looking for win number 1. But they brought teams very close so far, so it should be a good one ahead of us.
I agree. It should be a very good one. I'm really liking the DPS matchup tonight, if I do say so.
We have our number 1 overall pick, Mikey, going up against Wags on that. We saw Wags. He's played 3 games so far, of course, because he did ring for the BBQs in that thrilling match of Matt Fiver against... you were there, Corey, so you know as well. But ringing up against the Rinswins, and had a very good showing on that Doomfist. So... Should be a good one, because like what we said, the Oceania Otters have had a lot of close games so far this season, taking the Gremlins, the number 1 seed in the tournament, to a Mat 5, and they're looking to do the same here against the Lumberjackslams. Now, a little bit of a storyline heading in here. The Lumberjackslams, if they 3-0 this series, will tie with the Galapagos Gremlins for our number 1 seed, and have to go into a bunch of tiebreakers because everything else is tied. So they got a lot on the line here, looking for a number 1 seed and getting a favorable position in our upcoming tournament. The Otters looking to avoid potential play-ins, because I believe if they win here, they might actually be able to escape, or perhaps have a pretty good chance of getting into that number 7 seed. We are just, of course, waiting for the teams to give us the Otters are R. Do not see the Slams being R, though. So, Slams R. Have to... And yeah, okay, I'll check it away, Corey. I mean, you were pointing out that strong DPS duo on both sides, going at here. Magna and MM going to be pretty good. They're very good for lower SR players in this league, especially. Anything else you want to point out? We got some pretty good support and tanks on both sides as well.
Yeah, we should see, hopefully, some, perhaps some tank BM coming out here. Well, who knows?
And I mean, Nortlogic taking those with the Rats team that made it all the way to the finals last year. A very solid player. Came in as a Bastion 1 trick. Everybody remembers those days. But no more for Nortlogic playing that main role here on the tank. And we're moving in here to Busan. And it is going to be Drum Map, as we dubbed it yesterday, because who knows what this is actually called. But this is a kind of an odd point, Corey. A lot of comps can be played here. You can have that dive, you can have that brawl in the drum area, So both teams can probably play their strengths if you feel comfortable doing so. We have a instant 6 lock coming out from the Otters, but the Lumberjacks taking their time to side this one out.
I feel like I'm the only one who knows this map. It's called Sanctuary, but yeah, we got... Looks like maybe a little bit more of like a dive comp from the Slams, and if Nord stays in the hog, could... No, okay. Yeah, just a rush comp from the Otters.
A very standard rush composition. Now, I mean, if you are Lumberjackslams, you want to avoid mecha base at all costs, because that's where you see the Wags Doomfist come out, and he absolutely pounds on that Rex after making a charge try and gets some space in. Crazy makes an early bubble. Nice flame strike, gets an early ult charge advantage for Yeetmeister, but a huge flash from Mikey. Locked on, it looked like 4 members for the Oceania Otters, but here comes a bit of a flank here from Wags trying to do something on... We'll get that Immortality Field down, Rex to fall, so there we go. Nice early engager from Wags, taking that pressure and making that Immortality Field come out early.
I never thought I'd, actually, no, I would see the day, because Crazy Flame's on off tank, but it looks like they just were afraid to aggress on the Otters, and they ended up paying for it by using Immort Force and losing.
They look like they're scared to aggress because Crazy Flames had to use a bubble kind of early, so they probably didn't want to engage without that cooldown, but such low energy right now. Only 350 damage so far this map here for Crazy Flames. Not really, what we've seen so far this season, but a very solid player. An early MVP can, if I do say so myself, but a nice early win from Kaden comes up, forces that wall from MM. But they're just going to wait this out here. If you are the Lumberjackslams, playing this very slowly again. I mean, Crazy Flames can't get anything going here in terms of energy, and Magna's going to find Mike. A huge shadow comes down from Yeetmeister. Knocking down, looking like the whole squad was on the floor for that one. And here comes that charge little bit of BM, and I mean, this brawl comp has been working out swell for the Otters so far.
I believe Nort ate Mikey's flashbang, and then Magna flashed Mikey and got him, and then the Shatter came out. That was a very good, clean fight from them.
I mean, a very good clean fight coming out here, but look at the ults building up on both sides, so we're going to see a lot of Q presence here, I believe. But you got to favor the defense in these kind of situations, especially with Nortlodge probably being able to eat some of that damage from the flame window. But here comes a window out early from Ghostseek. Immortality Field, though, is forced here early. They do lose Wags, and the bomb is forced on Nortlogic here. Not going to get anything. Rek'Sai building towards that Shadow. Here comes a high noon from Magna, and the drum doesn't get anything. But here comes the Blizzard, who gets eaten by Nortlogic, and the Shadow only finds the Yeetmeister, will go down. But that's a lot of ults being used for a flip here, and it's not done just yet. Still being contested on the point. Who is on the point right now? I don't even see them. Yeah, they finally get them off the point, but the ults are building up here for the Oceania Otters, and the Lumberjackslams had used a lot there.
Yeah, they did. Crazy Flame's just building the grab now. Looks like they'll only get one fight out of that. Maybe grab window, but looking like an ult advantage from the Otters here coming up.
And a nice early pick there. Takes Wags out of the fight. Got a little aggressive with that TP. Mikey catches him out, though. So that, I mean, probably looking for an early Reaper ult, perhaps, because there's no Diva on the other side to eat it up. So this could be a big ult from Wags if he's not contested.
I agree. They don't have a Diva on their side, so if he waits for Flashbang to go out, he can get a very large ult, indeed.
Crazy falls very weak, and Caden uses that. The grab comes out, but the beat is there from Zelos, but doesn't quite catch on to Yeetmeister. Stays alive. Just barely, and here comes that Reaper ult from Wags. We'll find the Immortality Field. A nice shatter from Rex Active, though. Knocked out too much by pace with his life. Doesn't get Magna down the floor. And it looks like the Flip's going to be coming through here. A freeze from MM on a Nortlogic does absolutely nothing in the long run. And now if you can hold on these ultimates here, if you are the Oceania Otters, you feel pretty good about your chance to cleat this point here. And yeah, 3 ults coming up. And now here comes the Desperation Swap, so Rex Act on the Wrecking Ball.
It was a very heads-up play from Magna, flashbanging Rex after the Shatter went off. Allowed them to get the pick, win the fight.
Yeetmeister has the Shatter, has been hitting some pretty big ones. Rolling in, it's going to be Rex Acta waiting his time, biding his time, and here comes the bomb up from Nortlogic, but it clips the corner, it gets nothing. Magna with the high noon, will it get anything? He finds MM, so a good opening pick here. But they will respawn on Nortlogic here. Rex Acta falling so low, but here comes the Shatter from Yeetmeister, but might get the high noon! We'll take Yeetmeister out of the fight, so it's not over just yet, but both teams trade, and the DPS line for the Oceania Otters is coming in clutch for Magna with a 3K! It looks like it's going to be enough. Magna 2, the Chagall, Magna 3 after that play. An absolutely massive play from the DPS duo of Oceania. And they're going to take the first point here, Busan. And looking pretty strong. If they go to Mecha Base and get Wags on Doomfist, I feel pretty good about the chances.
I'm not sure if Yeetmeister is a Rhine player, but that's very tricky when you think you have time to like swing one more time before you put your shield up for the high noon, but I think he might have forgotten that I was indeed through the window and ended up paying for it with his life. But yeah, it's the little things, you know.
If I remember correctly, Yeetmeister is a Rhine one-trick, self-proclaimed, of course. I never call someone a one-trick, but he had a very good showing against the Gremlins, if I do say so myself. I was on my back quite a bit as the opposing Reinhardt. They forced me onto Monkey. They made the man switch off. I should tell you how prolific Yeetmeister is on the Reinhardt character. But here come on this brawl. The Hagen Ball Torture is officially out. Crazy Flames hits a nice slime in the back with the armor. Gets 20% of that ult building up. Another brawl comes in, starts to slowly work his way towards the point so I can turtle up. Crazy Flames falling kind of weak here. If he gets caught on, nice flash. We'll lock him down. A little too aggressive there. Didn't quite have their shields up and ready to go. And I mean, it looks like the Oceania Otters are clean his first point. They're just going to turtle up, and there's no way they can really do. They can't break this open. Oh, never mind. MM finds Caden, but will it be enough? The point flips quickly, and now we just have MM just being a nuisance in the back, but Magna is there to sniff him out. And yeah, there's just locking him down and getting these stagger picks here. It's terrible here for the Lumberjackslams. Never mind.
One thing I noticed Caden doing is he kept jumping in the air as Baptiste. You probably don't want to do that against a comp like the what the slams are running, but maybe he'll learn.
Magna gets nothing in the high noon and a nice stick from MM, but Nortlogic doesn't quite die in the flash. Doesn't quite get, but here comes Wags in the back, but just gets melted by the coalescence. these trades are coming in here, but Crazy Flames has his minds on point, so the point control is currently in favor right now still of the Oceania Otters, and they're not getting the picks fast enough here being the Lumberjackslams to turn it back in their favor. They do get Lord Legend out of mech, but will it be enough? As, again, they're still fighting over this point. Nobody's really taking a decisive victory here yet. Mikey has that high noon, and there's no barrier from Yeetmeister to protect the team. The flip finally comes through at 50%, but the Oceania Otters are going to be there for contest, and how does that not hit? I think Yeetmeister got that flip on the shield just in time. And now Crazy Flame swaps over to that Reinhardt, and here comes another brawly fight. Not going to let you talk as they're moving forward here into this fight. Yet again, they're finally going to retreat and reset a little bit.
Scared me a little bit with the slams using so many ults without actually going towards point, but they ended up capping. Worked out.
They do end up capping, and now we get to see Crazy Flames back on that main roll. Here comes a high noon up for Magna, just retreating as fast as they possibly can, but gets two of them. The barrier falls down. A good team play up from the Oceania Otters to capitalize, and there you go. Magna 3 strikes again with that nice 3-piece at the end. A bomb from Rexacta. That's you're gonna want that one back, especially now if you're gonna get staggered out. He just runs to the back line though. He's still alive.
Yeah, if I was Rex, I would try to. Okay, he's coming back, doubling back. Interesting play. We can see if it works out.
Innovative play coming out here. Zelos does catch him up. That now here comes Nortlodge trying to lock him down. So no just yet. Here comes the window out, and they get 2 kills out the back because there's no Diva to eat it. Be nice to, oh, but Crazy Flames and a 3-man shatter. But it's too much damage. The damage already done. I mean, that's where you kind of want the Diva D Matrix in front of that window, don't you?
I was thinking the same thing, Booney. You kind of need that Diva to eat the Fire Strike there, and the McCree shots, especially.
Oh, they can get these staggers here. That'd be terrible.
Look for a flashbang coming up from Magna here, yeah.
Oh, they get Ghostig Mommy Milker with the pulse. Doesn't quite hit the Shatter and the Reaper and the bomb in the backline. Nothing Crazy Flames can do. Just one shield, so many angles to cover. And the high noon doesn't get anything from Magna but to zone him out. And there we go. The Lumberjackslams' dreams of our #1 seed in the Rumble in the Jungle tournament is officially shattered here. They need to 3-0 this match, but a very strong showing here from the Oceania Otters on map 1. Take it. And they set us up for, a series that looks a lot closer than anybody probably expected.
Yes, I was not expecting that, if I'm going to be honest. Although I'm very impressed with the coordination of the Otters. It seems like they have someone with the fight plan, which is quite rare in intramurals, if I do say so.
That could be Wags, if you could speak to,
That's
because
true.
you played with Wags in one match, and I heard he was very good in the comp, so perhaps he's taken that role as a team leader, as that high SR draft pick.
That's true. I played with Wags in the last intramural game. I also played with him on the same team, and I gotta say, he really improved his comms towards the end of the semester. So maybe he's taking it into intramurals. Who knows?
And we do have a swap coming in. Here's going to be Treebeard swapping in for that tank role. Of course, you guys can actually see this now because, we don't have an actual map break screen right now. And we do have Ghostik being subbed out for Rexacta on that support role. So Crazy Flames probably going back over to that off tank. And
this is interesting.
I also probably have to agree with this.
Nobody predicted the Otters, so...
Really? So everybody just lost points.
Correct. Over 5,000 gone.
Well, ain't that disappointing?
What, does that just disappear?
Yeah, they just go away.
Oh, well, there you go.
The wonders of betting. I also need to make sure to at everyone link live game. That is all. Alright, and King's Row is going to be our map selection here, and the same lineup is coming up for the Otters. I mean, they looked very strong on this composition. Especially if you could perhaps get Wags on like a May or a Doomfist here. That's where he has potential to really take this tank line out of order, because now the Lumberjackslams are putting all their marbles in on the Crazy Flames tank. It looks with the Rex to support.
That is true. they're trying to make a little swap. They, maybe they're like weren't really too happy with what the tank line was. So we'll see with probably looking like a Crazy Flames Diva or Zarya here. Although I am interested, I believe they might be running a double flux support here. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, Potatoes is known mostly for that Moira play, but Rexacta also very skilled on that Ana and that Baptiste pick. So, I mean, but also Rexacta is a main support player as well, plays Lucio, so perhaps swapping him out to play that role. And, I mean, I don't expect Treebeard to play anything else but that Reinhardt, so it will be Crazy Flames on that off-tank role from the looks of it yet again. And, I mean, Crazy Flames, like I said, MVP favorite so far for me, but having kind of a very quiet boost on there, not really able to do much on that ball, on that Reinhardt, or on that Zarya, so... Constroke, and it looks like going to be locking in that Reinhardt from Treebeard, so Treebeard is sent off to the gulag to do something else, it appears.
Sent off to the gulag.
Nope, it appears he's going back, forced to swap. Would you mind hitting a prediction up, Corey? It appears the fans are hungry for one.
Oh, I was making sure before I sent it that Crazy Flames was non-Reinhardt.
Oh, there we go.
He was doing a little trolling, but yeah, we're good.
And now we have Wags on that Doomfist. You know, speaking from experience from prodding that game, it put the clamp on the Rinswins. She's solo carried. I'm sorry, Corey, you're the DPS duo partner, but you didn't have to do much that game.
I agree.
Looks like it's some kind of a flank angle here, but Crazy Flames now knows the location. The punch comes through, though, knocks Treebeard out of position. So able to walk forward now is Yeetmeister to take on this fight. Oh, but a nice early pick from Wags. Finds Rexact and they get Treebeard as well. So, I mean, a nice play from Wags. Eventually down, but Mikey's on a bit of a flank angle here. Nortlodge, though, catches him out and will eventually find him. So, I mean, Yeetmeister's
a bit of flanking.
I mean, yeah, it's not done just yet, though. Crazy Flames has high energy and just pulling in damage. They find out Potatoes, so healing gets completely out of the fight. Then get Crazy Flames down low. Here comes the wind out early from Kaden. But they find Nortlogic goes out, and somehow the Lumberjackslams look like they won this fight. They didn't kill Crazy Flames, though. It's a good start.
Oh, my.
And here comes the reinforcements. The spawn advantage is too huge here for the attackers, as Wags has returned to the fight and gets a 3K. And yeah, maybe these staggers could come through here, but again, the Oceania Otters looking so good as brawl composition, a lot better than we've seen so far this season. Is Crazy Flames gonna die here? He's alone with no personal bubble. Yeah!
Yep.
And now they're gonna get the staggers here, it looks. They're gonna walk forward.
I hate to say it, but Crazy Flames been looking kind of lackluster with the bubble management so far this series.
I would have to agree. Been a little uncoordinated with his squad. But you do have 4 ultimates here coming up, possibly 5 for the side of the Lumberjackslams, so you could get an early hold here, but these staggers are pretty bad. And look at this aggressive positioning here for the Oceania Otters right now. Wags just hiding inside this little elf room, ready to get an early opening punch. And someone else as well. They have a 6K. Here comes the bomb. The punch doesn't get anything. Never mind, he gets Treebeard. A nice uppercut from Wags. Stops that in its tracks, and the Blizzard is used from MM. I guess absolutely nothing for it. The slam comes down onto MM, but Wags does to get this clip the wall. Just gives him the high ground for free, but now doesn't have that block and could get caught up. But Mikey has that. High walking forward, gets one, finds another. So there you go. Somehow the Lumberjackslams have claimed this fight, but they did have to use 4 Arthurs to do so. So.
Yeah.
The good analysis there, Corey, as another fight is starting, but Crazy Flames has that Graviton Surge, but Nortlodge is looking to eat it yet again. A nice wall comes out, doesn't lock anybody out, but nice early Graviton Surge, but the beat is there from Zealous to respond. And now it's up to the Shatters to come down, finds 2. Treebeard has a Shatter, has to use it here potentially to bring it back in his favor. Couldn't slam it down right now. Does get 2 with it, and 2 good picks there with... Oh, but Wags with a nice punch stops that charge in its tracks and finds Mikey on the back end, so someone else, but nothing really dying. Out to the neutral fight, got so much damage up from Wags on the Doomfist. And the Oceania Otters have got this fight despite no ults really hit from either side there.
Wow.
Good enough.
I was gonna say we should maybe see the Otters playing a little bit more aggressive to back up the Wags Doomfist, but it looks like he changed his playstyle just to be, punching the Rhine shield a lot and trying to get his own Rhine to get more value. So We'll see if he continues that.
And yeah, Yeetmeister builds up to 85% of another shatter in one fight. Just used it last fight. Almost has it again. But Caden with a nicely timed window locks it down. And now there's so much pressure coming down. There's nothing that Treebeard can do. And now the shatter is there from Yeetmeister, but gets frozen. Can't use it in time. And a nice coalescence out from Potatoes keeps the team alive. Magna has a high noon, finds Rex acting, gets Crease Flames extremely low. Has used Burst of Bubble. So now there's no resources here for Potatoes ready to keep team alive. And now Wags is punching in. And a beat perfectly timed from themselves to keep Wags alive. The grab is there though from Crazy Flames. Looks like to turn this fight around in the favor. And finally, despite everything going down in the favor of the Oceania Otters, the Lumberjackslams have stabilized with a nice grab from Crazy Flames.
I was gonna say, it can be hard for players to ignore the cart, especially when it's so close to being capped, but they really need to push that hallway, since Wags made so much space with his Doomfist ult.
Especially when you kill the Reinhardt like that, and you have Shatter, you need to walk in that area and just slime it down.
You can always cap the point. Okay.
Okay. Oh, but Mikey with the 2K. How did he go up like that? Was the wall just behind him, or how did he get booped up like that?
I'm not sure.
Physics.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, we're talking about the upping the whole time. Now the Otters have absolutely nothing to use, and look at those ults building up here for a Lumberjack Slam. Still have Grab, Blizzard, and Shatter, and Coalescence. So many fight-winning ultimates, so little time.
If the Slams cycle their ults correctly, they should be able to see a full hold here.
A nice Graviton Surge from Crazy Flames, but they kill Rex Actor early! So two
Crazy
ults!
Flames too far up. Oh my, he's in their spawn.
And yeah,
someone help him.
2 ults, and the other team gets 2 picks. What is that? Not what you want to see. Treebeard does have the shadow though, so could look to slam it down. Magna has that high noon walking forward. I mean, Treebeard has to use the shatter. Come on, brother. You were given 3-beard for a reason, but you can't be playing like that. But Mikey does have the high noon along with MM, but Nortlogic eats MM's Blizzard! A huge play from Nortlogic and tucks the bomb in the backline and finds Mikey in the high noon animation. And Nortlogic gets the remake kill as well. Nort coming alive on this Diva. Absolutely huge plays for Sakulas, or they fade out from Potatoes. And it looks like they're going to get this early, and that all comes back to early pick on the Rex Edge from Wags, just stopping that aggression on that grab.
I don't know about you, but if I'm playing Mei and my Blizzard gets eaten once, I'm going to start just putting my wall up, blizzarding into the wall, and taking it down after. Fool me once. You know?
Yeah, the saying goes, fool me once. You know.
Shame on me.
But we do have a couple ults here. The window flame strike combo could again be. And why is MM on Symmetra? Why is this the swap here for the Lumberjack Slams? As now here comes the ultimate here, resetting your ult bank. Here comes that window. Treebeard's getting battered all around, can't do anything. Both Rhines have Shadow comes down. Mikey does go down, and here comes. I mean, Treebeard just charging in the backline right now, but they do get 2 kills here. Lumberjack Slam, so it looks like they stabilized on C, and Nortlogic losing that mech. It's 1 minute and counting. And they're gonna get that stagger kills one. Here comes the teleporter out from MN in the spawn. I still really see the use of the Symmetra, but I guess it got you there early and you die right there. But I mean, maybe a swap.
I think it's more of like a. I don't really know what to play, but I can't really play Mei anymore. Maybe. So you kind of pick Sim.
Sim into the Doomfist. An optimal selection. And here comes Wags going hyper aggressively, has that meteor strike, looking to slam it down, slams it down and gets 1 with Rex Act, and Manda finds Crazy Flames as well. So 1 ult, Treebeard used the shatter right there, but gets flashed and uppercutted out of the charge, so nothing comes of it. MM falling so weak, goes down. So perhaps a cap with time here for the Oceania Otters.
A cap with time here.
I mean, maybe, but here comes the touchers. Will they get it? It doesn't look like it. Mikey has a high noon as well. Gets the kill, so it's a 2-for-1 trade. It's an even fight.
Someone on the point.
Yeah, dude, the high noon finds absolutely nothing from Magna, but the bees are from Rex Acto. Good timing and a nice wall from MM. Blocks off that bomb damage.
Shatter, maybe? Drop it.
Hold your shatter challenge, and here comes a grab. Gets eaten by Nortlogic, but could it be enough for the Hours to finish? The reinforcements have returned as Wags is back in the fight. They find Treebeard, but Zealous has fallen as well, and now MM is fully charged on the Symmetra as well as Crazy Flames with 100 energy is putting in so much damage, nothing they can really do. Touch this point is basically a death sentence here for the Oceania Otters, and at the final hour, the Lumberjackslams are going to hold.
My analysis is that there is too many Earthshatters being held.
But Corey,
I think Reiner should press the Q button more often.
But Corey, I need to hit a 6-man or I'm not going to use it. But Corey, you don't understand.
Nope.
I can't build another Shatter once this one's gone. I only have this one.
If you even get one person in the ground, that's a fight win. That's worth, in my opinion. But some people, you know, they just want that 6-man. Sometimes they won't press the Q button.
I mean, you're not gonna win many man-on-mans holding your Shatter. I'm just gonna say that. You gotta chuck that out.
True.
But a lot of men have fallen before using their Shatters too quickly and getting them blocked and giving a point to the opposing Reinhardt, aka Rusty Goomba. But and we do have some pausers in the chat. But
there is a balance to be struck with Reinhardt for sure,
but you have this guy called Doomfist. And he has this ability where he charges up a punch ability and launches himself towards the enemy team, the opposition, you could say. And if a Reinhardt is hit with that, his shield goes down, and you could perhaps shatter the opponent when that happens.
Perhaps he could.
Or perhaps there's a player on both teams that has this ability that stuns you when you throw it above your shield. It's just kind of like flashes in your face and bang, you know, you're stunned. I don't know what they call it, but could perhaps use that to your advantage. I'm not exactly sure. And oh my, looks like we have a hard crash from Treebeard. It appears he held the Shatter too long, it broke his PC.
That's what happens. That's why you gotta use your Shatter. You don't want this to happen to you.
He's having modder issues. Of course, y'all can read the chat. Treebeard is officially back here. We'll have to see if we can get him in the lobby, but hopefully it's all been fixed up. Maybe the modder issues were the reason. You know, this is Threebeard we're talking about, Corey. This is Threebeard. You know, so you know we can't
Threebeard on the Threebeard map. So
yeah, we can't talk him down too much. Maybe the modder was hindering his ability to use his ultimate ability, and maybe it was he couldn't see.
Maybe perhaps there was like an occlusion near the bottom middle of the monitor that just he couldn't tell what his ult was at.
He didn't. He can ult track himself.
He was trying to add up the damage in his head. Maybe he was a little off.
One R, potentially two. Well, I want to talk about something here real quick. Oh, okay. We do have the difference in these compositions is mostly that Moira and that Baptiste. And when you look at it, Kaden has almost 2,000 more healing, while Potatoes has, you know, about 1,000 more damage. So Corey, I mean, what would you say? Which support, you know, duo here is getting more value? Does it that Baptiste immortality field, or is it Potatoes just constant healing and output?
I would say in most cases the immortality would get more value. However, if you are against a Doomfist, it can be hard to get a value more, especially if they're getting picked when your teammates every fight. So staying alive is ultimately the most important part of being a flex support, I would say. So whatever you feel more comfortable on to live longer on would be better. If that's Moira, then that's Moira, because they are similar in the long run, basically. So.
Because yeah, I mean, I didn't even think about that. That's why you're the color caster and I'm not. But you know, that fade away to get away from the aggressive wags in your backline perhaps could be a valuable tool that Potatoes has assessed as we move out here. But we have MM swapping again on the Symmetra, is trying to put up more consistent damage. And maybe trying to shut down the Doomfist aggression by putting turrets in the backline, perhaps. That could be the play. But here comes Teleporter on the point. But Wags lined up a punch. We'll get one to Crazy Flames, but Foe's so weak. But they find Wags. The flashbang. Immortality Field's not there in time. They do trade out Treebeard, though, so the maintaining presence is gone here for Lumberjackslams. But, I mean, it looks like the consistent damage here is coming out for Crazy Flames. It is high charge on the point along with MM. Walking it back. I question this Metro pick, and there you go, getting so many kills. Making me eat my own words. And, yeah, a pretty good early fight there for Lumberjackslams. Open that right up.
Yeah, the the Otters lost a person, and then they kind of all went to a different corner of the earth and died. I think you just gotta group up and run into the other team at that point.
They're trying to find a proper burial site for Wags. They had to go check the fertility and soil softness everywhere else, but I mean, Wags is just sitting up behind them right now. They did not see him up there. And then moving forward here is going to be a tank land. Big slam in from Wags. Oh, a nice flash as well from Magna. And a shatter comes down! A 3-man! That's what you need to do right there. A huge player from Yeetmeister will fall, but Zelos cleans it all up. The janitors in town. And yeah, Wags didn't get the stagger kill on Rexact, it looks like. Unless a miracle, perhaps. Maybe Rexact gets out alive. Yes, he does. The frog is escaping.
So if you direct your attention to the top of the screen, Treebeard's only at 58% ult. Even though he won the first 2 fights.
Observing.
Quite interesting.
He did die early in the first point as well, and was the first one to die there, so...
I'm more making a point about Yeet could build 2 shatters by the time Treebeard uses 1.
Window comes out, but they kill Magna just through, and here comes the TP! Right onto the grab! The TP is literally in the grab, but now the charge out from Treebeard has that shatter. Probably not going to decide to use it here, as the team looks to be win the fight. Never mind, going to use it anyway. Knocks down Yeetmeister. So both Ryan's hearing us apparently is queuing off cooldown. And there's just so much Q's being pressed, and I mean, Zelos is contesting, so you're going to have one more fight here and 3 ults here for the Oceania Otters to come back with.
Yeah, maybe they were listening in during the pause, who knows? But they both are pressing Q button more often, which I like to see.
The new Shatter Challenge is officially gaining traction. But I mean, look at, here comes the tank line here for the Oceanians to get it one more touch here, and Wags is there with a jump right in, finds Mikey, but takes him out in the middle of the high noon. So 2 quick picks coming out here for the DPS duo of the Oceanians, and a really late beat up from Rexact to down 4v6. You're maybe going to want that one back here.
Maybe.
Treebeard is falling kind of weak. It falls down to 1 HP and will die. Both tanks gone. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be the end of the fight here. The end of the row. Potatoes is going to get staggered out. Doesn't have a fade. That's just gonna leave him up. They're just going to let him go. They're going to. We got a runner. And they lose. What was that? That's the worst thing I've ever seen. Oh my god.
Oh my. And they lose him entirely. Wow.
Sure, that just happened. But Yeetmeister has that flame strike and kills Rexacta! Just a face check on the window. Mikey's on the high ground as well, but does get forced down by Mikey. But Mikey does not care. Gets it down. Oh, nice shadow. Locks it. Coalescence. His Coalescence is down, but 2 kills coming in already. Treebeard using that shadow, knocks down Nort Logic. So it looks like that will be the confirmation that the Lumberjackslams need to win this point. And my god, Corey, that all comes back to that just atrocious play from the Oceania Otters when it comes to Potatoes on the Moira there.
I'd say that's the worst thing I've ever seen, as I have seen worse, in fact, casting with you. I'll leave that to the viewer to decide, but...
a little bit of hyperbole never hurt anybody.
Correct. I was just more so trying to reminisce a little bit.
Back in the good old days. And here comes the high noon and finds some Potatoes as Treebeard is punched out of the way. Can't shield off the support from that high noon damage. So an early hold coming out here for the Otters, but they have to hold for 3.5 minutes and can't even get to the end of C. So look at the ult building up as well here for the Lumberjackslams. You're feeling pretty good about their chances to take this map and send to a tied series.
I'm curious why MM is still in the Symmetra, if I do say so.
Wait for the DM to go down. The Graviton Surge lockdown gets both tanks, but here comes the bomb in the back line. Crazy Flame didn't have a personal bubble. So you change Grav and Sim window for 1 meter strike and beat. Perhaps a good trade, but if Treebeard goes down, you're just feeding so much ult charge and Crazy Flame swapping off onto that Diva. Wants to put an end to all the shenanigans without the D Matrix.
And some teams get a little overconfident. It's probably not the best word, but you know, when you only have 1 left to cap, kind of tunnel vision on it a little bit.
The Coalescence comes out here for Potatoes and just barely able to dodge it. Caden dies, or Caden kills Mikey in the middle of his high noon. Could not get healed up by Potatoes and Coalescence. Oh, but a Shatter comes down, knocks down Crazy Flames. But Treebeard has one of his own. Could perhaps look to lay it down right now. Will lay it down and kills Caden with it. And Ryan's just queuing off cooldown now. All right, we said there was a fine line to balance between finding value and just wasting it, and they have yet to find that, I believe.
It looks like they were both listening, and they're just like, they heard me say get one person. They're like, okay.
Okay. And a high noon out from Magna could be huge as there's no DM to eat. Oh, 3K! Magna 3! And the beat from Rexact is completely wasted. Not perfectly timed, almost perfectly timed though to keep the team alive, but just barely off. And now with a minute 30 counting down, you used all your ults to build up here, and now they're building up for the defense. They could hold this with a minute 30 left.
I was gonna say the ult or the fight before the last fight. Kaden uses Immort on Wags, and Wags died before it got there. I would say that just let the DPS die in that situation, in my opinion.
And Magna with the swap to a Symmetra of his own. Apparently, they know something we don't, Corey, because they're mirroring the Symmetras in a brawl composition. We don't know anything, I guess. Bombs are trade up, but Crazy Flames can't get off the high ground in time and dies to Nortlogic's bomb. They will kill off Yeetmeister, though, but here comes a late beat out from Zealous. Could potentially swing it back in his team's favor, but with Wags fighting Rexacta, they need to do...
Window is zoning the rest of their team.
They need to do something here. Treebeard just peeking that Bastion sightline so much. Mikey finds Nortlogic in the backline, but with the picks going in favor here, MM using that sim wall. You used Bomb, Beat, Coalescence, and now you're swapping out this Metro to a Hanzo. You have no ults. You are 30 seconds remaining. It's up to high noon. I don't know.
This will restore you.
Very interesting.
Magna swaps again onto the McCree. What's going? Musical chairs is happening. And now it's up to the Shatter here from Yeetmeister. Could potentially send his team to a match point.
Yeah.
It's up to Mikey High Noon to get something done here. As Yeetmeister's looking fast, Shatter to lay it down. The Flame Strike comes through, but it just beats the shield. They do knock down Potatoes, but there's nothing they can do. And now Mikey has a High Noon, kills Kaden. No Immortality Field. Oh no, they fight Crazy Flames though. So the trades are here, but the spawns are in favor of the Oceania Otters. So now just playing this so slow is the man. I mean, okay, somehow they're winning this fight, and now no one's touching the point. Manitou has returned, but the Shatter is there from Treebeard to kill the contesters, and nobody can touch.
Wow.
What just happened?
It appears the DPS lines do a little bit of trolling.
Why keep the Bastion there? Why keep the Bastion?
Well, that's... If you've ever played with Wags, you'll know he's a big fan of unconventional picks. Sometimes staying on those unconventional picks for a little longer than the average bear would, you could say.
This match is a lot closer than I think any of us had, because Lumberjackslams going 3-0 against the Bilbies, winning 3-2 against the Rincewinds, look to be probably the top team in this league. And now the Otters are coming in here and giving them quite the challenge. So you're going to have to wonder, perhaps all this powering is all up in the air. I think the top half of our league is completely open right now. And save the bottom half too, The teams that are bad would probably have won the league in previous seasons. Like, the teams are so close this year, it's actually insane.
I agree. I think there's a lot more balanced teams, especially this season, and it's good for the league for sure.
As you were the first person to break a team, I was the second. It's good to see the teams be really close. It makes for very interesting matches. We gotta live up. We gotta live up to our past, Corey. We can't just sweep it under the rug.
Oh, I don't. Yeah.
you do have a trophy named after you because of it, but. So yeah, we're going off into Escort here. If you are the Otters, what map do you really pick here? Do you go maybe like a Dorado, perhaps? Or I'm not exactly so sure what is you would pick here. And Havana is going to be the map selection, and Yeetmeister gets swapped out here for Hefe. Leads me to believe that perhaps we're seeing a more double shield composition out from them, because I know Hefe is quite prolific on the horse. And don't really know about anything else, so. But the boss is in. And Corey has no thoughts on the situation whatsoever.
Let's see here.
My mind empty. Still thinking about the sim pick on Kings Row.
Okay, well, we got Havana, classic sniper map, or hold close or double shield. So, of course, the double shield will have a sniper in it, most likely. I'm liking, I'm liking the Otters more for snipers in this map, if I'm being honest. But the tank line of the Lumberjackslams could prove to be fatal. So it's up to whatever they choose ultimately. So if it is a sniper battle, I like the Otters. If it's a tank or a team battle, I like the Slams here.
It's kind of an odd pick, though, in my opinion, from Havana, because Wags has been kind of carrying you on the Doomfist. And, correct me if I'm wrong, but Havana's kind of a rough map to work Doomfist on. Just because there's a lot of open space.
Guarantee you, Wags was the one voicing the loudest for this map. Now, do I know why? No, I never do, but I can assure you that.
Okay. Mikey, and then we're going to swap off of Treebeard and for the Seeks. Wait for that R. And Wags is good at other things too, not just the Doomfist, but the Doomfist has been doing pretty good so far today, so I was wondering why this map per choice would be in the cards. You're a very high SR core, so I was like, maybe there's something I don't, that Doomfist works on this map, but I know it's a kind of a sniper haven, especially on C, so...
Let's just say, well, there's a video about it, but let's just say I had Brandito in one of my games recently when I was queuing with Bonesy, and even he was not playing Doomfist on Havana. So, yeah, it's not really the best Doomfist map, you could say.
Maybe the Reaper returning. But, if I'm the Slams, and I'm on defense first here, I'd hold Spawn North with my Brawl composition. They have not... shown really the ability to break that so easily and being the Otters, so if you can just sit there and drain time off the clock, because that's really all this map is on A and B, is draining time off for C and just holding, that spot, because, a lot of teams do get through A and B fairly easily, or just the end of A, I guess, also a place to get help, but B, it's kind of like Numbani B, it's
I
kind
agree.
of ceremonious time wasting to get to C.
It's like a linear increase. A, pretty easy to get through. You win the first fight, you get cap all the way most likely. B, could have 2 fights, probably only one, just like Numbani second. And third point, it's kind of like you almost never cap if you don't have like 4 minutes, I feel like. Or if it's just like a total sniper diff. But we see a Junkrat Ash with no Mercy or Zen. Very curious from the side of the Otters here. Okay, he's going Hanzo on Mercy. Okay, yeah, this looks better. That's
a little better composition, but it will be kind of rough for Hefe without a Lucy on this Brawl comp running into the double shield spam, and there you go, the swaps, double shield spam for both sides here. So MM's gonna have kind of a hard time here trying to find value on this Widowmaker. It's gonna be perfect timing they gotta have. They get to pick, and never mind, they have it right there. The caster blessing comes in clutch not very often, so take it while you can, MM. You're welcome. Another one!
Yeah, he gets traded. Res comes out. Okay. Advantage for Otters right now. Just kidding.
Advantage for the Lumberjackslams, I believe he meant to say as Res comes
Yes.
through. But a huge Antonade out from Ghostik onto the tank line of the Otters as they're forced to retreat. I was gonna say I was kind of sad to see we're not seeing Craze Flames on his signature horse, but he is playing the Sigma here very well, clone that control. MM does go down, and the Resurrect as well in the Hefe. So the Resurrection here puts the Otters quite in favor. Lord Logic flying very low here. Just barely managed to stay alive as they force Crazy Flames in an awkward position, forced to retreat. And this is the magic of double shield. Nothing is taking damage, nothing is dying. Rex Active falls very weak there with a headshot though from Wags. And here comes that Valkyrie out from Caden, and both are from my potatoes, and both nanos are put onto both horses here. And
oh my
god, Jesus! I'm having a stroke! Somebody else solo time Rex Active goes down and did use that bongo though, but they find potatoes and there's no resurrect now in the fight. The dragon comes out here, split off any potential contestants, and Northern finds two in the background. Rex is flanking on the horse after that resurrect. And finally, something happens and a team opens a fight with a win, and it's gonna be the Otters.
I feel like we're in some sort of like mind control experiment without knowing it with these character swaps, these ult usages. I'm very confused. Although I was going to say, Crazy Flames is doing a lot better macro than Nort on the Sigma here, I will say. And that's probably because he was just kind of a warlord during the double shield meta, if I do say so myself.
And we do have Bonesy being very based in chat right now, going on and off repeatedly. I'm not gonna let him win though, so I'm gonna keep chat open. He's not gonna make me hide chat. But they do find Ghosty early here, so it's a lot of healing already gone here for the side of the. But here comes a Flux out early. We'll find Hefe, but the trade horsies. Both horses are sent back to the stable. Now we have Wags on his off angle, pelting in the damage on the Crazy Flames, forced to retreat. The Bob was also out from Mikey. Does zone out the Otters quite a little bit here. And the pull out from Rexacta, they're not going to get the kills, but they do stabilize here. And a lot of ults trade on both teams, and some ground gained here for the Lumberjackslams.
One thing I'm seeing from the Otters is that Hefe just does not press the S key. He kind of keeps going in even when he's critical with no gold. We'll see how that works out for in the future.
Early supercharger comes out from Hefe, and they find Crazy Flames, but he has the E.
I just said.
Just walks past his shield tactically. Wants to take that space for his squadron. And here comes the res up from both sides as MM goes down. So with that Echo in the fight, a lot of damage is gone here for Lumberjackslams and going Echo here. Nerd Logic goes to that Flux, does get Potatoes, and Mikey in the air, 5 Potatoes. So the resurrect advantage here for the Otters as Caden pops that Valkyrie. I mean, this is such a messy fight right now. So much going on. I don't know what's happening. Magna has the high noon here. Tries to force those tanks off the high ground, still holding on to it. Tries to get those skulls to line up, not going to get it. As Rex and Crazy Flames are still on the high ground, and now here comes the flank from Wags. We'll find Ghosty. Ghosty's been dead so often, but they can't capitalize. Finally, Wags getting 2 kills there. The Rex comes out late, but these teams are, I'm going to say it, Corey, this is pretty sloppy from both sides right now. Like, they're not playing.
Very sloppy.
They're just running around. They're not grouped up at all. It's just what team can get more value on the flanks than the other. And they get Potatoes maybe? No, Potatoes just barely gets out with his life, but Maui Milker is there on the floor. Can they get out alive? Looks like they can, as here comes a recontest out from the tanks. And Supercharger comes down as Hefe shows no fear now. Hefe has that nano now, pressing S key. No E, no shield. This might put my Crazy Flames the 2-man Graviton Flux. Gravitic Flux, but Wags yet again coming alive, coming huge. Gets the picks. Another pick from Wags. Gets a 3K, and now it's again on the flank, and now the tanks just walking at each other. What is going on right now? It plays like it's Brawl. And the Flux out from Nerd Logic. I'm losing my breath here, and doesn't get any slams out. And oh my god. They managed to win a fight.
3 different fights within each team going on at the same time. I don't know where to look.
I don't either.
What? It looks like, based on the way that these fights are going, that the Slams just have a better comp for Chaos with the Echo, but
I mean, it's
we'll
the pocketed Ash spam damage against the McCree Brawly kind of style, you know,
right.
And the Ash getting Wimmer value here on the defense, especially with his high ground control. It's very hard to break here, and now Caden used that Valkyrie, and they just sit and spawn, and they chill out. And now they're finally starting to engage. Once Valkyrie expires, they push forward.
I think he's just showing that he doesn't need the Valk to win the fight.
They were scared of the power, and MM gets caught off on the flank. They had that duplicate, and they killed Nord Logic with the. I'm not gonna try anymore. Here comes the Bob out, as well as a Nano, as well as the Bongo. So much damage from both sides.
Did Nort just walk into the Bob and face tank and die?
We'll just check and make sure Bob can still hit stuff. You know, maybe they patched it through. We didn't know. And now as they move forward, here comes the Flux out from Crazy Flames, looking to get one in the air, at least lifts
He's
Wags.
sleeping.
And gets slept out of this! Out of the Flux.
Nord capping the point? Nope. Are they gonna do
find
the
Crazy Flames.
the funny letter number? No.
Nope, they get the touch just in time. As here comes the boost on Nord Logic, gets sent immediately. Rectata is on the high ground. The slam though from the ball from Nord Logic on the Ghosty. Ghosty is all low now. It's the tanks on the point.
Mikey almost has Bob. If he lives, if Crazy Flame stalls long enough.
And he does. He gets half. It's a nice start opening pick there. Now Rectata to slowly make his way towards points.
What is happening?
I don't know what is happening, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it, Corey. That defense was quite Pagogurser. Oh, sorry, Pagogurser. Pagogurser from the
I was about to say the attack was not very Pagogurser.
Pagogurser. Pagogurser champ.
Hopefully the Otters can have an even more Pagogurser defense here than the Slams did, but we'll see.
We can see a spawn hold. I would say if you don't complete the map, spawn hold is probably one of your better options to try to drain some time off this clock.
I would agree. Some people in this game have a, you could say, interesting mindset about the spawn hold. They don't understand why you do it, and it's just a guarantee that you have 2 fights while also eating the clock. But they're like, why would we hold there when we could hold at the corner? But you know, it looks like they are spawn holding, but they do have a Genji. Nope, they have a Hanzo.
But Corey, why would I spawn hold when I'm gonna die and they get so much free cart progress when I can fight about the corner and spam?
Who knows?
I'm low diamond, by the way. I'm kind of goated. But yeah,
If it works for them, it works for them, but...
It looks like we are gonna see a spawn hold coming here. Hefe just charging forward. Playing Reinhardt like he plays as a Risa, just walking forward, no regard for human life. They do get a nice anti though on Hefe, but Hefe 30% already to that shatter, just putting in so much work right now. Rectacta on the off angle, Mikey gets that pick early, so there you go, the spawn hold already falling apart with Wags going down, superior sniper play coming out. Rectacta though is all alone on the point on playing sightlines of his own supports. You'd hate to get healing though, and Patel's hits the E-girl jump and now is stuck in the middle of nowhere, but Mikey dies. What was that play? Apparently Rectacta was like, yep, I saw Hefe do this. It was Pagogasur. I'm going in.
Very interesting that they have MM on the Ashe instead of Mikey.
And now Rectacta is yet again a lone split from his healers. Oh, here comes the picks coming out for the attackers. So that they finally have broken through. And the ults are building up finally. And yes, the cart is finally moving, but you get a minute at the clock.
It looks like the Otters forgot the spawn part of spawn hold. They kind of sat in the cart, and it allowed the DPS to take 2 different off angles and kind of just pick them apart slowly. And yeah, they have no mercy to res, but they do have a B coming up. They actually have... Okay, Wags is back on the Genji. It's interesting.
An odd
We'll see what happens.
No one can hide.
And here comes the sights up from Mikey. Knows exactly where they are, but there's a shield in his way, so probably gonna be hard to find any value with this. It could be proven run. Those Wags just staying in the middle of nowhere.
There should be a Bob Flux coming in here.
And here comes the slam in, but MM dies before they can use that Bob, so the Flux is completely wasted. Mikey, though, does find Wags, so it's an even fight right now. Rectacta's built in, but Shatter comes down, gets Rectacta, the MDD is asserted. The man-on-man point is earned. A nice sleep, though, from Ghostseek, locks down Hefe, but they use Nano there as well.
Right now.
When did they use Nano?
Ghostseek, it might have been canceled. I didn't see it.
Yeah. When were they gonna walk forward there and kill those staggers there, Corey? It doesn't look like they have a chance to, because now the team's back, and now you just waste the opportunity to play aggressively. And now Rectacta has returned, has a shatter of his own. We'll be looking to lay that down. The bomb comes up from Northern, but a big slam from Rectacta! But Northern gets 2 in the bomb! The slam is completely wasted! As Nort just chucks the bomb! Yellow's at the back line, and Crazy Flame is gonna get staggered out.
Even though they lost the fight, I want to highlight Crazy Flames putting the shield behind Rex so that he could charge freely without dying to the bomb. Now, it didn't matter in the end, but it was a very, very thoughtful thing to do, so.
How thoughtful of Crazy Flames. You know, everybody who knows Seth knows he's a thoughtful person.
He is, very much.
Yeah, as we move in here to our next fight, MM has that Bob, but Rectacta has swapped over onto the ball here. And the Bob, kind of an awkward spot, though, does end up in a pretty good one here at the end. But Mag's on a flank and gets 2 with the high noon. MM's Bob will respond with Mikey, but with the advantage you're going...
Hey, what are you doing? He hid from the Bob in the room.
That was going back to spawn! He doesn't want anything to do with that!
You have a shield.
He has a
Shield your
shield,
team so they can kill it.
a shield, and you have 1 ball in your face, and it's too much. It's too much. Are they gonna kill Rex Actor? Or
Exacta
just gonna run
doing
around?
a little bit of staggering.
Don't get reset with your team challenge. Here comes Crazy Flames though with that lift. Another comes up, but the blade out from Wags does get flashed, but finds one, finds two.
That is you hate to see it from Rex Actor right there. He went for the style play around the corner and he actually missed the mega and died because of it.
And now with 2 seconds, I don't think anybody's gonna be able to touch here. And Corey, you know, the first map was really good in terms of play. Both teams are going back and forth because of good play. And now I think we're just deteriorating here. It's like, which team can reach silver comp levels first?
I agree. It's looking quite rough out here.
But the Otters says to a match point, and this will be their first win of the season. So, and by any means necessary, you know, right before the tournament, want to try to avoid the play-ins. This would be a good place to do it.
Maybe there's just something that happens every time I cast. There's just tomfoolery taking place, but who knows?
Obscene amounts of tomfoolery and trolling are being on display here. Scuff stream, might as well get some Scuff gameplay while we're at it. I mean, if this goes to a map 5 or God forbid a map 6, Corey, we're in for a long one.
It's okay, I got nothing going on.
That's alright. I got nowhere else to be. You know, I'm gonna be honest though. I kind of would have liked to see a personal stream from both these teams. It's just, what the hell is going on in these compositions?
I want to hear...
Or the comms, like what is happening?
I want to hear the comms of this.
Hey guys, I'm gonna select a Symmetra. Hey, I'm flanking the back line. Hey, where are you guys? I am all by myself. I'm charging out the map. Okay, I didn't get anybody. Sag. I'm grabbing. Oh, it was eaten. We're down 3. What happened? Where did you guys go? It's like what the...
I wonder if Crazy Flames is muted or if he's just like silently sitting there, like shaking his head.
See, I think he's contemplating his life's existence right now after that last map. Just like what just happened? But we are gonna skip 2 CP, so thankfully we get to go to a hybrid, which has less of a chance to draw. But there's still a chance, of course. You know, Corey, we should mention this though. We are just messing around. You know, these teams. They're giving us a lot of entertainment. They're getting us some bang for our buck here. So I'm not saying these teams are bad by any means, but we are delving into some memes of tomfoolery here. Maybe that's just the Otters. They bring out the Wags effect, I guess. Just brings out the weirdos. I don't know.
They're very true by Bonesy there. They're not in the quintillionaire grind set. I agree.
You gotta join a cult.
Yep.
# grind set.
Exactly.
I need to remind the teams what the map type is, because they're just they're taking their time. They want to make this production go as long as physically possible without ever playing the game. But,
you know, for how many people were asking for gambling, there's not a lot of people gambling. That's all I'm gonna say.
They're scared. Blizzard World. We haven't seen Blizzard World yet this year, so.
We have not. It's because there is no more Richfield Rats.
Nor Buenos Aires Beebles. they went there every time because they won the map one time, and we're like, "This is our map." I don't think they won it again.
Hey, if it works, it works. Why don't I gamble? I cannot gamble because I am the one running the predictions.
It's true.
Fun fact.
Gonna ask if teams have any swaps. If they want to bring anybody else in this hellhole, or if they're gonna stick with what they have. You know, personally, it's the same lineup coming out from Caden. The Otters like what they see.
I don't like what I see.
Both teams are sticking with the same lineup. They're like, this is our composition. This is our team. All right, we're going to Blizzard World with the same teams. Hopefully, get as much wonder as we did in the last map. You love to see that, though. Otters are R. Waiting for a Lumberjackslams to give us the R. Prod, are we R, Corey? Do we want to go in again? Are we R, actually? I just...
I don't think any amount of time will allow me to understand what's been going on the past 3 maps.
Again, Busan was a good back and forth map. The team seemed to know what they were doing. They had some set compositions that came out. And King's Row came down to some shatter play. And then the defense, once that symmetric came out in the attack, it's been tomfoolery ever since. And it's just been exponentially growing, especially with Wags be like, yo, what? I'm gonna play some Genji into this. Check it. Locks that Genji.
It ended up not mattering. They won the map. Yeah, even working, you could say.
He did get 2 with a blade. And it apparently worked well enough for him to want to do it again.
Maybe there's like some sort of bug in our rooms where there's just being relayed to both the teams, but who knows?
Well, I know that Wags is in the chat because he's been betting on like everything, so I know Wags is hanging around. He's like, yeah, I heard y'all. If I'm gonna get to bring the Oceania Otters their first match win, it's gonna be his Genji. God damn it.
He's trying to do his best day trader impersonation.
But I'm gonna say this though. I like the composition coming out from the Lumberjackslams. A standard double bubble with Mikey on the Echo. It's bound to get some value.
We've seen in the past how potent Mikey's Echo can be, especially on maps with a lot of high ground, just like Blizzard World.
But we have Wags gonna mirror him on that Echo as well, so sees that, makes that quick swap, and now the brawl tanks are moving forward. Apparently not Hefe is standing in choke, wasting his shield, walking back and forth, ADing as you would. But here we go, fine walking forward to that point, and we have to try and put some pressure on this tank lane. Crazy Flames is there though, and a huge anti-nade out from Ghostseek though. Massive, oh, but Crazy Flames dies! Goes a little too aggressive, trying to capitalize on that. They do trade main tanks out though, and now Rex at a very high charge, so if they get this res on the Crazy Flames, this defense looks to be holding, and a really nice play coming out there from Ghostseek on that nade.
Maybe someone should tell Hefe that he cannot shield a Winston gun. But, you know, maybe he's trying to change his playstyle. We did say he was playing too aggressive last map.
Yeah,
who knows? By
not putting in any damage, this map has 80 damage. Has 1 hammer swing currently on an enemy player. But you know, you gotta look to see it. But Mikey has a duplicate, probably looking to duplicate Hefe and go hyper aggressive here with that Reinhardt. Got that shatter very quick. And Crazy Flames is just poking here from the high ground. They're not doing anything about him. Now he goes down.
If I remember,
looks to be needed.
Mikey's past clones, he has kind of a proclivity for Diva, if I do say so.
They get the res on the Wags, but they already killed Nortlogic here down that, and now they're going to re-engage here with that Valkyrie from Potatoes. They kill Zelos, and... Okay, Prom Rage is also invested for Crazy Flames up 2. Wants to make sure a fight is won. But they kill Mikey off, though, and now Crazy Flames kind of stuck behind enemy lines. Hopefully gets out alive there. It looks like they will, and they get the res on Mikey as well. So, I mean, this brawl composition is not really brawling right now.
I would say they're no longer a brawl composition since they lost to Lucio, but they can make it work. They just need to adjust a little bit.
They do have the ultimates to make it work here, though. Rexacta has that Graviton Surge, but the duplicate is out from Wags. Could look to get onto Crazy Flames and look to engage here with a Primal of his own. They do force Crazy Flames off the high ground finally. He is usurped from his throne.
And if Nord does not eat this Grav, could be the end of the map.
The Nano Monkey in the back line, and they don't even need the grab. They just use the Nano onto Crazy Flames, and they duplicate onto McCree and gets instantly taken out of it. And looks to be another fight win here for the Lumberjackslams, and I gotta say the Otters have severely disappointed me this map so far.
Especially with okay, they are on Widow now.
Okay.
But yeah, one fight territory right here. You get a Grav, maybe midway through the fight, and then you use Primal to knock him back. Clone in the Grav swing. Should be easy.
Here they come, walking forward. Hefe has that shatter, could be looking to slam it down. Crazy Flames though is ready to block out the bubble of his own, looking to jump in right now on the back line. They do catch him, but the bomb up from over the top of Nort Logic gets 2, gets both supports. The high noons are exchanged. Mikey has that duplicate, and the shatter from Hefe does not find Mikey, and the shatter from Mikey finds 2, so it's turnable here for the Lumberjackslams by an early start or an early advantage. Magna though looks to finally brace point for his team, and
he just needed to stall long enough for his team to get back, which I think they will be able to. They have Primal, they have Valk.
And the ball's back as well. Crazy Flames is there looking to get a kill, has that Primal raising. Immortality feels completely whiffed from spawn, it's guarding nothing. And I mean, Crazy Flames in the backline is pounding Magna around, and this Primal Rage gets 1 and never carries the two. Okay. Lumberjackslams. Mikey comes back and gets 3 on the Tracer stall. And a nice stall from the tanks from next acting Crazy Flames with that Primal Rage. And yeah, they are not going to cap here.
Well, I thought that might have been lost by the slams when Crazy Flames kind of went a little bit too deep in the backline, but Pierce Mikey comes back, gets 3. Not only did he stall the point for so long on the clone, and then he comes back and wins it. Very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting, as you said. I'm not a prognosticator, usually, but I think we're going to map 5, Corey.
I would have to agree with you.
Unless a miracle.
I see a brig. Could be on a brig, Monkey Zarya, but
I'm gonna say this though.
Sigma.
That is the Lumberjacks I expected coming in. They looked very strong on the stealth bubble composition. You know, they looked like they knew what they were doing. They were sucking their ults fairly well. They were taking aggression when it worked out in their favor. The cooldowns weren't wasted by either Rexact nor Crazy Flames, and Mikey was pelting the damage on Echo. So that was a good showing for the Lumberjacks. A lot better than their last couple of maps.
I would say that Lumberjacks with the double bubble comp have pretty much everybody on like one of their best heroes. So if they keep running that, they could have a little bit of like a half reverse sweep here.
And now Pig's Feet is going to be the composition of choice for the Oceania Otters, but they're going to play this pretty slow here if you're the Lumberjackslams. Get Crazy Flames into a position where they can just engage. I mean, they don't see Nort Logic up there, though. He could get a hook, and he does get to the hook on a Crazy Flames, but the bubble's there just in time from Rexact to keep him alive. And Nort Logic gets flashed, but has that take a breather, gets out with full health, whiffs the hook. And now it looks like the Lumberjackslams want to move in.
This is a WAG saying, let's go some sort of comp. That makes sense.
Comp? Yeah?
Yeah, kind of like a last-ditch ranked effort.
Oh, okay. Here comes the kill on a Magnus. That's a good start here for the Lumberjacks. As they start moving in, they're going to get another kill on Zealous. There's 2 picks already gone, and Caden flying very low. It looks like Lumberjacks Rexacta getting 2 quick kills at the back of it. And yes, Lumberjackslams have got this point open. And they've got this map, and we're going on map 5.
Not sure what was happening there, but Wags might have forgotten that he cannot shoot through a bubble. Crazy Flame stove him, and he kind of just sat there.
Some very nice plays coming out there from Lumberjackslams. That was the play we kind of came from respect to them so far this season. Looked a lot more coordinated, played a lot slower, played their comp's advantage, so I love what I see there. And the Otters, you gotta think, there's gotta be something you change here because what you're doing is not working these last couple, or that map.
I think if you're my brain's not working.
Otters.
If you're the Otters, you go to Oasis and you try to run some Doomfist. You hope you get lucky with like University first, and then what's it called? City Center. Yeah, you try to get that one next. You know, hope for some nice RNG on the map. But yeah, I definitely want to look back to that Doomfist, as that is what turned the tide in not only their game but also the game that Wags was a ringer for. So that's my expert analysis.
Very good. Yeah, we're gonna wait and see what the Otters have decided to go with. I mean, if I was them, I would go like I said, like you said, probably go to Oasis, sub in Yeetmeister again, and just lock that brawl down. You know, it's because you're putting Hefe in here, and you appear to have lost that aggressive play from Yeetmeister that was working so well with Wags in tandem. So I don't know. Like Hefe looked better on the Orisa than Yeetmeister has, but the Reinhardt looked a lot better. And I'm going to Lijiang. I think is actually a better pick than Oasis. We didn't think about Lijiang for that brawly style.
I'm not going to say it's a better pick, but I would say it also allows them to play more innovative comps outside of Doomfist. I know Wags is a big fan of Lijiang. Personally, I think Doomfist is better on Oasis. We could ask Tomato Timmy what he thinks. The resident Doomfist enjoyer.
Resident meta abusers, meta abuser fans, and then resident Doomfist enjoyers. Well, you heard it here first. Tomato Timmy has officially said that Droomfitsit Skrokasu. You know, you hate to see it. The devs should probably get on that.
I believe what he's trying to say is that neither team should play Doomfist if I interpret it correctly.
Ooh, starting off here on Control Center, and this is where you're going to see Mikey and Wags probably going back and forth on that junk grab play, and I cannot wait.
I agree.
Do you?
Yes.
Good to know. And apparently he didn't get the message that Droomfist Skuksasu, because Wags has picked the Doomfist character, which on this point I don't see it working as well as the Junkrat Symmetra. It's too much spam.
It's true. However,
you could say you
Otters
agree.
do with the Baptiste. Otters do with the Baptiste.
They
So
do.
the Junkrat kind of is a little worse with the field, but we'll see if the Droomfisted
The Droomfist
can work.
It's up to Nortlodge to eat the spam from the Junkrat, basically, for this Doomfist to find value. But here comes the tanks already, just moving so aggressively forward. Crazy Flame just swinging in the back line. Already 40% to his Shatter. But Droomfist is good and disrupts the composition. Now MM is down, so spam is already gone. Here for Lumberjackslams, now pushing forward here as Yeetmeister looking to find Crazy Flame. So weak, but the resources are just there, just in time from my potatoes. But Flame's so weak, and now finally Crazy Flames goes down. So, you know, apparently we thought wrong. Oh, never mind. I was about to say we thought wrong because Droomfist is doing good, but dies to Rex Active. But the staggers are coming through here, so potentially we're going to fight here as the spawners have returned. Crazy Flames is back with that Shatter, as well as Potatoes with a Coalescence. Never say die. Oh, no, they can't use the Shatter in time before he dies. Crazy Flames is down, but Mikey is there on that Symmetra doing so much work. But here comes the Slimmy Yeetmeister has returned to the point as well. The Symmetra TP coming in clutch here for both sides.
Oh my, that's so many OCs by the slams without any point capture. That's not the best.
That is inoptimal, you could say. And now both sides have Shatter. You know, Crazy Flames had it when like Yeetmeister like 40%, but Yeetmeister just staying alive long enough to get that Shatter build up. Now looking to slam it down, but Crazy Flames not born yesterday in this MTD field. Looking to slam it down. But look at the ult bank building up here for the Otters. They're ready to bring this home. Out of position, big Shatter though! From Yeetmeister gets 4 down! And yes, as he says, don't bother getting up! A huge Shatter from Yeetmeister locks it down and brings the Otters a fight win yet again. And it's last by territory from looks of it.
Potentially, yeah. Rex Active does have grab, but Zealous does have the beat, and then they couldn't window in the middle of it too, so. Ultimately, if Wags gets a pick, or maybe force out a few cooldowns here, they could win the fight and make it the last.
Comes the grab and Shatter, both down! It's a 5-man shadow from Crazy Flames to build up that Graviton Surge as well. So you use your tank ults and you win the fight from the looks of it, as Nort will basically staggering out himself on point. Be about 9% once the point cap finally flips over in the favor of Lumberjackslams, but they're going to get that spawn hold started.
Very odd from the Otters. You typically want to play a little bit farther back so that your Doomfist can engage before you... Oh, okay.
A huge start there, and MM is in the back line, but they just walk past him, and the High Noon gets absolutely nothing, and okay! As quickly as they lost it, the Otters are going to take it back. Rex is alone in the back line now with no personal bubble, and Wags is there to hunt him down! He will find 2, though, before he gets taken down, but it's just desperation staggers. Yeah, here comes the aggressive play. Can the Shadow come out from Yeetmeister to lock it down? The Colossus will be huge, but the Shadow gets 2 in the bottom to clean it up! Crazy Flames is there, though, and the beat from Ghostseek. Keeping Crazy Flames alive on the point. Crazy Flames is so weak, though, as Nort Logic is there, and the Swim Wall comes out with the Immortality Field, so much sustain coming out for the Oceania Otters, as Wags has returned to the point. Mikey has that Reaper ult, gets 1, but they just walk around him. They don't look at him. And he sadly goes on. Crazy Flames can't come back, though, with a huge shatter, perhaps to bring it back into his favor, but the timer's counting down. Will he get off in time? No, he won't, but it's a 4-man shatter as the time expires. And the Oceania Otters have set themselves up onto match point here, and if they get a Night Market, I feel pretty good about their chances if they play as Cup again.
What I was trying to say before they took a fight and got 2 picks before they even left their spawn door, basically, was that you usually want to wait, play a little farther back so your Doomfist can engage, and then you engage on them with the Doomfist, but they just kind of decided to push up where the Doomfist couldn't get anything before they died, but it didn't matter in the end, so hey, maybe they know something I don't.
Perhaps, and some wholesale swaps coming out for the side of the London Lumberjackslams, going to that double bubble composition that worked for them in Blizzard World. So I'd say this both teams' best compositions finally going at it. We're finally going to see both these teams at their best, what we were promised at the beginning of this series. Wags forced back, and both bubbles are already used by Rex Active, so they can't really push on the point. Crazy Flames is just going to start tickling in from the point, but it's going to be very hard to push into the Sim and the Doomfist here for the bubble. Crazy Flames falling so low. Use that bubble and gets the ball from Rex Active. Rex Active 100% charge, walking here, trying to play with some work, but even feels there. Now oversteps his bounds! Goes in by himself into a brawl composition with 0 assistance from the whole team. And that's going to be a feed, I'm sorry to say. Nice punch, though, from Wags, and here comes the win up from Caden. Stops Crazy Flames, let's try Crazy Flames, goes in, has a Primal Rage, can potentially get some knockout the points, perhaps, but falls so low, and the picks are coming through, so the Primal gets absolutely nothing except for more healing in for Caden on the Baptiste, so perhaps a swap coming from Crazy Flames.
Well, if they kept poking for about 15 more seconds, they would have had Nano and could have gone in with that, but Rex Active decides to go to the middle of point challenge, but ultimately he failed.
Touch the mini challenge behind the point.
Yeah.
But Ghosting does have the Nanonade, and a nice Anthony onto Magna shuts him down. The Nana comes in here on the Crazy Flames with the beat from Zeus is there to respond. The bomb in the back line from Nort Logic. We'll get 2 again! Nort Logic has been absolutely huge! Another nice Anthony bust, not gonna be. Oh, the remake kill just turns around! Oh my goodness, what a jump scare! That got me, I'm not gonna lie. Woo! Nort was just there.
Waiting around the corner. Better watch out.
Better not cry. Thought you were gonna follow that up, but here we go.
No.
Yes. A lot of also Crazy Flames building up that shatter here in one fight, looking to slam it down and perhaps open the team fight up for the squad. The Valkyrie is there, but a nice shatter knocks down 2 from Crazy Flames. As long with the High Noon, it looks like a fight win here. It's finally come through. No, Crazy Flames dies and eat my shatter, so it's a free shatter buff dies. Mikey with the duplicate will get the booster kills as well as the bomb on a point to keep Wags off it for just long enough, but Wags returns and gets the kill, but only on Mikey's duplicate. Wags will be there to stabilize for just a little bit longer, but at about 9% again a swap comes through. So yes, 1 fight territory here and a lot else building up with only the Graviton Surge to respond.
Yeah, they only have Grav and the other team has 3 very good ults. They could just TP point with the
They find Caden, but they also kill Crazy Flames. But a huge anti-nade from Ghostseek yet again! Almost hard carrying these fights! And I mean, the wall comes down, but they get nothing out of it. But with Crazy Flames dying, you do get the space to work with here as you re-engage.
That's very fortunate for the slams. They just used another team used tools and got nothing but.
Oh, but the
If they can
duplicate, or
hold
the
on here.
TP comes through and they get a free flip, and they gotta re-engage, but it shatter locks down Crazy Flames. They can't swing into the grab, and the Overtime Field's there as well. They give the nano boost onto the Sombra. We'll get the kill on Caden, but it's one fight territory. It's last fight. Now the supports are getting swung on by Yeetmeister. The bomb from Norlogic as well to keep the boom off the point. And the London Lumberjackslams, the upset has been completed. The Oceania Otters have won their first match of our season. And
Wow.
Magnitude has won his first game in intramurals. There you go. Because he was on the Raccoons last season. So huge.
The sim turrets there kind of put in a lot of damage over the course of that fight. I think it not only damaged but slowed down for the slams members, and it just never bothered to shoot it. The silent killer. Except they're actually very loud.
Yeah, I know
Should probably shoot them.
we came into this game. I was thinking like, what was I thinking? Okay, yeah. The Lumberjackslams, if they sweep this, they're gonna tie for our first seed and would probably get off strength of schedule. But now they come in here and the Otters, they win. You know, they take it, and we have to decide an MVP here, Corey. Now, it's kind of hard to make a selection for me. I would, if I had to give a favor to anybody, I'd probably have to say the Norlogic for his very solid play the entire series. And that last map, it's recently biased, of course, but you know, the bombs, the Sigma play, it was all very solid from Norlogic today. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I gotta say they played very well as a team. There wasn't really a standout player, but
I say it's either him or Yeetmeister, because Yeet was pounding on the Reinhardt as well, so very solid performance.
that is true. I would probably give it to Nords. He had very nice eats on the first two maps as well. Also, he was almost matching Crazy Flames' damage, even though he was on D.Va the whole time. So he's also kind of pounding on the D.Va. He does it all, you could say.
All right, we will be giving it out to the Norlogic then for his solid all-around performance. Yeetmeister gets a very solid shout out for his Reinhardt play, but you know, Nort was in every map and played good on every map, so that's kind of the breaking point for me. We'll bring him in for a quick interview here. And there he is, our MVP of the game. And what just happened there? What was that sound as you came in?
Oh, are you talking about last fight?
No, I was
what's going on?
talking about you joining the casters chat and going and like cutting out. So I don't know what the hell happened. But congratulations on the win. The Otters getting their first win of the season. How's it feel to take it? The Lumberjackslams, you know, a team that many people had in the top of their rankings, all the way to map 5 and taking home the W.
Yo, it feels great. We worked on this hard. We've been scrimming, VOD reviewing, working on it. Especially that last map, Lijiang. We've been working on it in the maps or in the labs, you know. So it feels good to have that work like actually shown. To take home the W in that, and I feel like from now on, we're gonna be a team that brings home the #1 victory royale. You know.
Oh my.
I do have a question for Nort and the rest of the Otters. Do you think
Yeah.
showing the team pride with the profile pictures and the names has helped
Oh,
you
that definitely did it.
morale-wise?
I was the last one to switch, and you know, we didn't win our games before, and after I switched my profile picture so that we're all matching, hey, it's magic.
1-0 since the Otter profile pick swaps. Just saying. It's just science, man. I'm not good with numbers, but that's a pretty good numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I will. We're gonna say this, Nort. It wasn't a pretty game.
Hmm?
It wasn't a pretty game from any team, from either team here. So like, what did you guys want to force this kind of really scrappy kind of, you know, game? Every single map seemed to go down the wire. Every single map was just team fight after team fight after team fight. Absolutely no breaks in between. So like, was that your strategy coming in to get the Lumberjacks uncomfortable, or is it kind of something just happened naturally with your composition selections?
I think it's something that kind of just happened naturally. We had a general idea of what we were on to run, like mainly just rush and stuff. So we didn't, but the whole like you said, like just keeping every fight going, that wasn't necessarily planned. But hey, it worked out. That's just how it goes sometimes.
Do you want to ask El Clasico, Corey?
What?
Do you want to ask El Clasico?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll ask. If you had to give MVP to any other person on your team, who would it be?
Yo, that's a tough one. I'm not great at picking people in general, but if I were to pick one, I think I gotta give it to either Wags or Magna. Magna, he's just cracked. He does things, but Wags really does bring a leadership role to the team in terms of like fight planning and all that. And he's a big player in our team. So I think I can't really decide between one or the other, so I'm sorry for that, but I think either of our DPS would be them,
I guess, we could have given match MVP to Magna to celebrate his first victory in the Gopherwatch League. He was on the Raccoons last year. He was on the Raccoons last year.
Oh.
So he came in and got his first dub under the belt and was a very good performer in this match. So, probably should get him for Sterling, but we didn't. We gave it to you instead because of recency bias.
I see.
How it goes.
Magna's a popper. Yeah, that's how it goes. Magna's a popper. He's been doing well all season, so I have faith that he's going to get more W's here in the future, this season and in future ones.
Well, that's really all we got here. Again, Nort, congratulations on the victory. I'm not exactly sure where this lands you guys in the standings. Maybe you got out of the play-ins. I'm not exactly so sure yet, but we'll have to wait and see, and best of luck in the tournament as it approaches.
Well, thank you. Best of luck to everyone out there who's trying to get it.
Oh, my.
We'll
We're getting him out of here before he makes more threats, ladies and gentlemen, before it gets dangerous. All right, Corey, that was a match that we just watched. Any closing thoughts?
Not a lot of thoughts going on in my head, but map 5 was a little bit more organized, so at least I'm getting some of it back by now. But hopefully next match we cast together would be a little bit more coordinated, you could say.
I don't think that's going to happen, Corey. I think we're doomed. It builds good synergy to be thrown into the fire like this and not have an actual team fight ever occur.
That is true.
All right, so for that, thank you everybody so much for watching. The gauntlet is finally complete. We have one more qualifying match that's going to occur on the 27th, aka this Sunday, between the Rialto Rincewinds against the Djibouti Shorts. I finally get a day off. I mentioned it 2 days ago that I get a day off, and yet here I still am. But I finally do get a day off, and it's going to be working on stats. So, hoorah! But we hope you all will tune in for that, and the tournament will be starting next week. So everybody should be looking forward to that, keeping their eyes on the standings, because these matches have a pretty big effect on what just happened, especially this one. It'll move a lot of things around, so you're going to want to recheck that after we get these results in. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, not only today, but this entire week. I very much appreciate it, and contributing all your channel points and all that fun stuff. The cosplay goal gets closer and closer every day, and I start to sweat a little bit, but should be fun once it actually happens. So again, thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great rest of your evening.